transfer news. Live updates all the latest gossip and rumours from Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, the rest of the Premier League and from around Europe. Monday, December 186, 50 p.m. Former Chelsea ace John Obi Mikel has denied rumours he will be joining Everton in the near future. I don't know where such a rumour came from, but this story isn't true. Mikel told Tianjin TV when asked about Everton's reported interest, "I want to stay in the Chinese Super League and play for Teda. I'm sure there will be lots of speculation about me as the transfer window nears, but this is a false rumor." 6:20 p.m. Real Madrid are in advanced negotiations with Chelsea star Eden Hazard over a move to the Bernabeu, according to shock reports in Spain. The Belgian has been in sensational form for the Blues this season. Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane is a known admirer of Hazard and has told Florentino Perez he wants him at the club. Spanish outlet Diario Gol claim Marco Asensio has issued an ultimatum to the La Liga and Champions League winners though. He has told Real if Hazard joins this will be his last season at the club. The reports claim the Chelsea winger could be set to move to La Liga after the World Cup in Russia in the summer. Who could Jose Mourinho bring to Old Trafford to turn things around? Getty which Manchester United transfers are most likely to happen in January. 5:05 p.m. Luke Shaw has been told to leave Manchester United by Tony Cascarino. He told The Times Luke Shaw remained on the bench yesterday and had a winger Ashley Young and then a centre-back Marcos Rojo play in his position. He needs to leave Manchester United and restore his reputation as a top-flight left-back. A footballer's career is not long and he can't waste his talent sitting on the bench even if he will earn more money doing so. At Aston Villa, Ron Atkinson told me wasn't his third choice striker, so I went to Celtic. Late in my career I had been Marseille top scorer, but Roland Courbis took over and I was on the bench. It was the end of my career and I wanted to play, so I left and had 3 great years at Nancy. Shaw will regret staying at United. 4:10 p.m. Chelsea defender David Luiz is set to be allowed to leave the club, with Juventus and Manchester United the contenders to sign him. The Brazilian international has fallen down the pecking order at Stamford Bridge in recent weeks. The Mirror claim Juventus are the frontrunners for his signature, but United could also make a move following the injury to Eric Bailly. The Red Devils ace requires ankle surgery which is expected to keep him out for 2 to 3 months. Luiz, 30, was dropped by Antonio Conte as the two exchange words following the 30 defeat to Roma in the Champions League in October. 3:40 p.m. Gabriel McCarthy is certain Liverpool will not lose Philippe Coutinho to Barcelona this January. "I think in January there is 0 chance," he said on ESPN FC. "I don't see why Barcelona would go and spend an enormous amount of money on somebody who's going to be cup-tied in the Champions League. If they navigate past the Clásico next weekend, it's not like they really need him to win La Liga either next summer. Who knows? All bets are off." Related articles. 2:55 p.m. Barcelona will make a new bid for Liverpool midfielder Philippe Coutinho in January, according to Guillem Balagué. La Liga expert Balagué feels Barca have strategically leaked information suggesting they will only pay £123 million for Coutinho. He told Sky Sports, "If you read the Catalan press, with leaks from the club, and it seems they have put a price and it is €140 million, which is a prohibitive price in the eyes of many at Barcelona. So I just wonder if Barcelona are saying to say, look, we cannot pay for him, we're going to go for Griezmann instead, when actually in reality, Liverpool have not put any price for Coutinho. So I just wonder if Barcelona are looking for an excuse to come out of the situation more or less right. Barcelona will try to get Coutinho in January. They will make an offer, they always said they will, but I get the impression it will be an insufficient offer because I'm convinced they cannot have Griezmann and Coutinho in the same team, they just don't have money." 1:50 p.m. Chelsea are preparing to begin contract talks with Andreas Christensen in January. Off the back of 2 years on loan with Borussia Mönchengladbach, the 21-year-old has impressed Antonio Conte. Christensen's current deal runs out in 2020, and according to the Evening Standard, Chelsea want to secure his future beyond that, having established himself as a key member of the first 11 in the absence of David Luiz. 12:35 p.m. Jose Mourinho will look to get Matteo Darmian off Manchester United's books in January, according to the Mirror. His departure would then free up space in the squad for Alex Sandro's potential arrival from Juventus. A £60 million move may well be launched for the wingback, also wanted by Chelsea. 1155 Chelsea and Arsenal have been warned by Bayer Leverkusen they can reject approaches for Leon Bailey. The talented winger, 20, is a target for the Premier League duo. Antonio Conte's side could make a £20 million move for the tricky and speedy Jamaican in January. But Rudi Völler, the Bundesliga club's sporting director, told reporters on the Bailey exit talk, "We have proven many times that we can say no, we are very relaxed." Getty. Antoine Griezmann doesn't look to be heading to Manchester. 11:15 Inter Milan would allow João Mario to move on in January if they secure a deal for Henrik Mkhitaryan. Mario has been targeted by compatriot Jose Mourinho to strengthen United's midfield and an exchange could subsequently take place. According to Italian newspaper Corriere dello Sport, Inter want a midfielder in the new year, with Mkhitaryan top of the wish list, followed by ex-Chelsea star Ramirez. Any deal for the United ace would likely be on loan initially, with Inter reluctant to spend beyond the means. However, should one of the big stars go, they could fund a permanent deal next month. Corriere dello Sport add Mauro Icardi, Ivan Perisic and Milan Skriniar are not for sale, but Inter would give the go-ahead with Mario, who wants a move ahead of the World Cup. 1025 Jamie Redknapp believes Liverpool should demand Luis Suarez as part of any Barcelona deal for Philippe Coutinho. He told the Daily Mail, "Philippe Coutinho was sensational for Liverpool at Bournemouth. The Reds should enjoy him while they can before Barcelona come calling again in the summer, even if Liverpool receive in excess of the £138 million Barcelona bid last summer. There are few like-for-like players they can buy, while bringing in a number of players is not always the best option. Instead, Liverpool should ask Barcelona to swap Coutinho for Luis Suarez. The striker has not been as prolific as in recent seasons and the Liverpool fans would love a returning hero. It would be a great move for both the club and the Premier League." 930 Lionel Messi will give Barcelona his approval for Philippe Coutinho to be bought from Liverpool next month. The Brazilian is reluctant to push hard for a move again, having handed in a transfer request in August. Barcelona are confident, though, of signing the 25-year-old in the new year, despite the complications surrounding a deal. Messi is well aware Barcelona are in need of reinforcements in midfield. Don Balon add Messi's word will certainly be taken into account regarding the pursuit. Barcelona's number 10 already gave the go-ahead in the summer, though, and his stance has not changed regarding the mid-season move. Getty. Lionel Messi is backing Barcelona's move for Philippe Coutinho. 850 Former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel has been linked with a return to the Premier League. Everton have been mooted as a potential destination, but Mikel has moved quickly to rubbish such speculation, telling Tianjin TV, "I don't know from where such a rumour could come, but this story isn't true. I want to stay in the CSL and play for Tianjin Teda. I'm sure there will be lots of speculation about me as the transfer window nears, but it is a false rumour. The CSL lags behind the Premier League, but their level is still quite high. I believe more matches will help me get in shape for the 2018 World Cup. I just hope to stay injury-free next year and have an amazing season with Teda." 750 Daniel Sturridge will be allowed to leave Liverpool on loan in January. The striker has struggled for regular action at Anfield this season. And ahead of the World Cup next summer, Sturridge needs game time to get on the plane for England. The Sun claim Jurgen Klopp is ready to grant his wish. 530 Alexis Sanchez has turned down a £21 million salary in China. According to The Sun, the Arsenal forward has his heart set on a move to Man City. 445 Philippe Coutinho admits he is simply trying to enjoy his football at Liverpool. "I always say the same thing," the Brazilian said after yesterday's 40 win. "I'm trying to enjoy the moment. I like to play football and every time when I go on the pitch I try to play my best, so I enjoy the moment." 415 PSG, Manchester City and Juventus are all vying for the signature of Real Madrid Manisco. According to Spanish outlet Don Balón, the Spaniard is unhappy at the prospect of returning to the bench due to the return of Gareth Bale. 400 Real Madrid will not be signing any players in January. That is according to club president Florentino Perez. Speaking after Madrid's 10 win over Gremio, he said, "Everything can be improved, but when things are working well, sometimes it's best not to interfere." It looks as though Antoine Griezmann's transfer to Manchester United could be off the cards. Who could they sign instead? Getty 345 Arsenal should have sold Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil in summer. That is according to Everton forward Wayne Rooney. The want-away duo may leave North London in January. But speaking to TalkSport, Rooney insists Arsene Wenger should have cashed in before the season started. 300 David Luiz is a transfer target for Juventus and Real Madrid. The Brazilian has reportedly fallen out with Chelsea boss Antonio Conte. And the Daily Mail report the two European heavyweights are ready to battle it out for his signature. 200 Chelsea are chasing Crystal Palace winger Wilfried Zaha. The 25-year-old failed to impress when moving to Manchester United. But according to the Daily Mirror, Antonio Conte is prepared to splash out to bring him to Stamford Bridge. 130 Manchester United are set to join the race for Juventus back Alex Sandro. The defender was heavily linked with Chelsea in the summer. But the Daily Mirror claim Jose Mourinho will launch a £60 million bid for the player. 100 Antoine Griezmann's next club looks likely to be Barcelona. The Atletico Madrid attacker looked destined to end up at Old Trafford in the summer before deciding to stay in the Spanish capital. But now, Barcelona chief executive had responded to rumours the Catalan club have had meetings with Griezmann's entourage. He told Movie Star there is a good relationship, there can also be comfortable conversations. 1200 Liverpool midfielder Emre Can is a target for Serie A side Juventus. The 23-year-old is out of contract at the end of the season. And Juventus CEO Giuseppe Marotta has admitted to Mediaset Premium that his side are chasing the German. Getty Wayne Rooney believes Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez should have been sold Sunday, December 175, 55 p.m. Manchester United recruitment has been a mess since Sir Alex Ferguson's departure, according to Gary Neville. On the win over West Brom, he said, 7 out of that 11 were at the club 5 years ago. The recruitment hasn't been good enough in the previous 5 years. It's been disjointed with, obviously, David Moyes coming in and then you flipped upwards towards Louis van Gaal and back towards Jose Mourinho. In terms of the profile of players, it hasn't been good enough. The recruitment, it's all over the place. You can see that still quite a lot of players in the squad today have been at the club for a long time. 5:10 p.m. Liverpool goalkeeper Danny Ward is ready to snub a move to Sunderland. The shot stopper is wanted on loan by the Black Cats. However, according to The Sun, Ward isn't fussed about a move to the northeast. Ward spent last season on loan at Huddersfield but is reluctant to leave Anfield in January. It suggested Sunderland chief Chris Coleman also wants to snap up Ben Woodburn on a temporary deal. Jurgen Klopp is refusing to sanction the deal though. 4:25 p.m. Newcastle boss Rafa Benitez is eyeing Liverpool striker Danny Ings and he could also snare Iker Casillas. The Sun say the Toon chief has asked Jurgen Klopp to take the injured-ravaged striker on loan. West Ham boss David Moyes is also reportedly sniffing around. Casillas, meanwhile, is vying for a Premier League move. The Mirror claimed the Porto goalkeeper wants a crack at English football. Casillas is out of contract at the end of the season and Benitez is a huge admirer. 3:10 p.m. Manchester United are set to join the race for Virgil van Dijk next month. The Dutchman was keen to secure a transfer Liverpool in the summer, but a move failed to materialise after the Reds were accused by Southampton of tapping up Van Dijk. And now, United appear ready to outline their own desire to sign Van Dijk. According to Spanish outlet Don Balón, United could bid for the 26-year-old in January. It is added Pep Guardiola has requested he be signed at City, where he would strengthen the Premier League leaders even further. He is on Barcelona's agenda too, as they seek a successor to Javier Mascherano at the Nou Camp. 2:35 p.m. ahead of Manchester United's trip to face West Brom today, Sky Sports reporter Jeff Shreves asked Gary Neville. One interesting figure which is central to today's story is Johnny Evans, sold for £6 million by Manchester United, rumoured he could be going there or other places for £30 million. What do you make of that? Neville is a fan of Evans, having played with him during his days at United, but laughed at rumours of him going for that much money. Johnny Evans, I love him to bits, I've known him since he was a kid, Neville said. He's a fantastic centre-back, but £30 million. Laughs. People want good, solid, not just actual number 1 and number 2 centre-backs now, they want number 3 and 4 and they want good support in the squad. Nothing surprises me anymore. I think the pricing has gone incredibly. It's nothing to do with Johnny. Johnny's a very good player and we'll see. The transfer window is just days away from reopening, but what deals will go through? Getty Luke. Sure. Manchester United linked with Tottenham, Southampton, Watford, Leicester. 1:45 p.m. Jurgen Klopp admits he got endless earache from his scouts who could not stop telling him to sign Mohamed Salah. The Liverpool boss said, yes, the scouting department did a fantastic job around him. They didn't get out of our ears. It was 100% saying he is ready. He is ready, but at one point we were all sure he was ready. And that's how it looks now. Good scouts. Absolutely. We had to look at a lot of games and a lot of games about other parts of his physicality. Being strong enough for challenges, but you see now, he is. I met him, of course, at one point and he looked more sturdy. If you him only on television he looks quite skinny. We knew what we would get with a very, very offensive-minded midfielder who has a lot of games as a striker but also has the ability to make goals, to set up goals, so that was the package we wanted, and that's cool. 12:50 p.m. Manchester United can sign Mesut Ozil at the end of the campaign for only £8 million. That is the signing on fee Ozil's representatives are seeking for the Arsenal and Germany playmaker. It is dependent, of course, on Ozil, 29, seeing out his contract at Arsenal, then leaving on a free transfer. United would happily pay the £18 million fee, as it would represent a bargain by today's inflated transfer spending standards. Meanwhile, it is understood the Gunners are prepared to pay Ozil £4 million to resign with them, before wages, if he agrees to a new contract. 12 p.m. Chelsea are considering handing Monaco striker Michy Batshuayi in order to land playmaker Thomas Lemar ahead of Arsenal. The Daily Express claimed the Belgian may well be offered as a make-weight in a deal. While Batshuayi will bolster Chelsea's chances of seeing off Arsenal in the race, they have another advantage too. Former technical director Michael Emenalo now works for Monaco, and it is added Chelsea believe he will give them the edge in the battle to sign Lemar. 11:30 a.m. Liverpool will snap up Southampton defender Virgil van Dijk, but not until the end of the season. That's according to ESPN pundit Craig Burley, who reckons the Dutchman could finally move to Anfield. I think this will happen, but I think it's probably going to happen in the summer, Burley said. There's no smoke without fire. It seems as if he's going to go there at some time as a partner to Joel Matip. Southampton are struggling. It might be January, probably the summer. 11 a.m. Real Madrid want Cristiano Ronaldo to stay at the club until the end of his career. It is fundamental for us that Ronaldo stays until the very end, Zidane said after Ronaldo scored the winning goal in Real's Club World Cup triumph over Brazilian side Grêmio last night. This is his home. I hope he stays here until the end, until the day he retires. We all know what he can do out on the pitch. Related articles.